So, dear learners, in this particular video, we will be start discussing about the unit testing. So, basically, as we started with our previous video, okay, in that we have already discussed about different types of testing. So, basically, this unit testing comes under as a part of development testing. Okay, so in under development testing, we are having unit testing, component testing, system testing. Okay, so as the name itself indicates, all these types of testing comes under the development. Okay, during the development. So basically, this unit testing, it's a process of testing individual components in isolation. So isolation in the sense what? Independent components. Okay. Then what about these independent components here? So basically, the independent components or units, normally the examples for these units, either it may be an individual function, or it may be a method within an object, or even it may be an object class itself with a set of attributes and methods, or even it may be a composite components which may consist of more than one object or more than one function, or it may be an independent program, an executable program. Okay, so that we can call it as a unit here. Okay, so normally during the development stage, the person who is responsible for developing such kind of functions or methods, or implementing any object class or any program, okay, that particular that developer is held responsible for doing this unit testing is concerned. So when I'm going to call it as a function, or it may be a method, so normally method is a part of that particular object, because as we know that object is a set of attributes and operations. Okay, so the implementation of that particular operation, that we can call it as what? A method. So like that, there are a variety of different units as a part of our development is concerned, that we can perform the testing, that we can call it as what? The unit testing. And as it is done during the development of that individual component, this is also known as a defect testing process. So here basically we are giving much concentration over the coding part is concerned, the overall the logic of the particular code, or its correctness of that particular code. So that will be get checked by that individual person or the developer, or even in case of the unit testing is not done by the developer, it may be done by what? As a part of a testing professional, whatever it may be. Okay, so with continuation, just for example, say if you consider an object class is an example for one particular unit, then normally the testing on this particular coverage of the class normally involves, see here we are going to test all the operations which are associated with an object, or we are going to setting and interrogating all object attributes. Okay, that will be get checked. And even we are going to check all possible states of that particular object class. See for example, say here if you consider weather station is an example of one object class, so that consists of identifier as attributes, and there are many different operations that we have listed over here. For example, say report weather, okay, report status, power save, reconfigure, see the restart, shutdown. These are all the different operations that we can do with weather station as a part of weather mapping system, as a case study that we have already discussing from the beginning of this particular subject. Okay, and normally especially in case of object oriented approach, as all of us know that an inheritance is a very important property, and whenever we are using such kind of inheritance property, it is going to make little bit complex or a little bit difficult to design the object class tests. Why? Because the inheritance property, as you know that normally inheritance in the sense what, the subclasses are going to inherit the properties of the superclass. Okay, so here as the information to be tested is not localized, so normally it will quite difficult in testing such kind of object class, because of what? This inheritance property is concerned. So with continuation, just have a look at here. See for example, say if you consider a weather station as an object class, then here we need to define the test cases for different operations like the weather report, calibrate, test, startup, shutdown. These are all the operations that we have identified for what? The weather station as an object class. Then even we have to test for what? The sequence of state transitions, because as per our one of the diagram of the working nature of weather station, we have discussed the state machine diagram for weather station, how actually the weather station is going to function. Okay, during that particular time, we have identified different states. See, for example, say if you consider if you start with the weather station with shutdown, then it will come to the running, then it should go back to what, shutdown. See, normally if you observe this testing of the different states of the particular object with whatever the state that is going to be get started, it will come back to the same state. Okay, so running, collecting, running, then summarizing, then it will go to transmitting, then it will come back to what, running state. It means that make sure that how that particular object is going to change its state from one state to what, another state, whether all the states will be get covered or not. So that should be a part of this unit testing is concerned. Okay, and basically unit testing that you can perform in two different ways, either it may be an automated or even it may be manual. Okay, so if you most of the very popular method is normally the unit testing will be done with automated testing. So basically in case of the automated testing is concerned, okay, so here the test cases are going to be get run and checked without the manual intervention because it is automatic. Then in automated unit testing, normally we are going to make use of the test automation framework. See, for example, say that there are so many different frameworks which are available free of cost, is online open source, like JUnit, especially for Java programs are concerned, or even PHP unit, like for PHP programming. Okay, for variety of purpose, so there are different frameworks are available that you can make use of to perform this automated unit testing here. So with which you can write and run your what program tests that can be done. Okay, so normally in automated testing, just now it's going to consist of three main components here. Every automated test that you are going to write for any unit which is to be get tested here, if your approach is automated test, then it consists of three parts here. You can observe the first one is a setup part, then a call part, then what, an assertion part. See, normally the setup part is nothing but, so here we are going to initialize the system with what, test case, namely it consists of its inputs and expected output. So that is what the setup part. So as the name itself indicates, so here we are going to set up, okay, what exactly the inputs that we need to give while doing this test case, and what is the expected output. So that comes with what, setup part. So once we are ready with that input and expected output, then we are going to implement this call part. So here the call part is nothing but, here we are going to call that particular unit which is to be get tested, like either it may be an object or it may be a one particular method of that particular object which is to be get tested. That is called as what, call part. Okay, so once the call part is get completed, where we are going to execute that particular unit to make the testing purpose. Okay, then we will go for this assertion part. Assertion part is nothing but, here we are going to compare the results of what, that call part. So when you complete the execution of this call part, you are going to get some result, and that result will be get compared with what, the expected result. This expected result will going to come from what, setup part. Okay, and based on this comparison, if the assertion evaluation is going to be get true, then normally we used to say that the test has been successful. Otherwise, we used to say that the test has got failed. So this is how the automated testing will be done with respect to what, the unit testing is concerned here. So this is a very brief concept of what, the unit testing as a part of development testing. Okay, thank you.